Hi everyone and welcome. Today I wanted to do a quick throwback video review on a figure that came out a couple years ago, which is the Marvel Legends Icons Captain America. This Captain America figure is by far, I think, one of the best figures that's come out. It's basically based off of the face-off Captain America that ToyBiz came out with, and this is just an upscale version. And I was able to find this online at a good price, and I decided that it was time for me to pick one up, and so that I can actually display them with my other new Marvel Legends figures like Spider-Man. So this is basically a quick look through. I'm going to just show you guys what the packaging looks like. Most of you may have seen it. It's got the Icons logo on top. It says right here it's got over 30 points of articulation in a special book of the evolution of an icon, Marvel Legends Captain America. And if you look at the packaging, it's really nice because it kind of has like this design. It has Daredevil, it's got the Hulk, it's got Thor up here. Behind here it's also the same thing on this side, and on this side it's got the Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Iron Man, and it's got Angel, and it's got a really cool book in the back of this that's included with this figure. So I've been very excited for this figure, and let's look at it, open up and see how it looks. And here's Captain America out of its packaging, and I gotta tell you guys, this thing is amazing. I mean, it's one thing to be told and to be said and seeing these videos about how these figures look, but in hand they look so amazing. The paint detail on this guy is truly extraordinary, and ToyBiz did an amazing job, and I don't think even the Hot Toys figures can live up to what this kind of detail and price that this thing came out originally. But this is just great. I mean, looking at it real close, the detail is extraordinarily great, and especially in the paint. All of the scales are done in a metallic blue with a little bit of black shading to make it stand out more. The look on that face is great. I mean, the sculpting is done so well that it's even got the stitching on its head, and the paintwork, especially the dry brushing of the light blue over the mask, makes it look more of a worn out leathery mask. I mean, it's just great. You can see the paint details also on the hands. It's all red with a dark shading underneath, or if not, it was all dark red with some red dry brushing. One of the things I didn't even notice before when I saw other reviews of this figure was the fact that there's blue shading on the white on the arms, underneath the chest and the other arm. It's just amazingly done. I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up, but I gotta tell you, I mean, from all the way down, the shading on the blue pants to the boots, everything is done so well. The only thing I don't really like, well, the one thing that does bug me is the fact that the belt here is actually in the same color as the gloves. It's all red. I would have wanted it to be like more of a brown with a black wash, just to give a little bit more of a nicer look. And I think the only thing, I'm not sure if you can catch it on this camera, but the right eye, the pupil is a little bit bigger than the one on the left, so it's a little off, but it's not a big deal. Only when you look at it real close, like through this camera, I'm sure you'll see it. But the overall look of this figure is truly amazing. Another thing I forgot to bring up too is the shield that it comes with. This is probably like the only fault that I would say with the figure in terms of paint application. It's all plastic, and it's of course it's all plastic. The only thing is, I kind of like the front. It's really simple, it's very fine. The only thing is that I wish they had some kind of a grade shading in the back, similar to the way the 6-inch figure came out. Like for example, here's the 6-inch, and as you can see, it's shaded gray in the back, which I think would have been nice. That way it kind of gives it a little bit more of a paint detail, and it's a little bit different too, because this one's much more circular, where this one's a little bit more flatter, if you can see that. But overall, this is just a great shield. Kind of wish they just had more paint shading or some kind of like look as though it's been worn out just to match the figure itself. And the only thing else I also realized about paint-wise from this other than the better details on the blue, is of course the 12-inch one has a light blue shading on it, and this one's just dark blue. But you notice here side by side, you'll notice that under the chest area where the red and white striping is actually opposite of them, whereas the red is in the middle, the white is in the middle on the 6-inch figure. I'm wondering though if this was the original intention of what it's supposed to look like, and then this one just came out the wrong way, or they just decided to flip it around. Who knows? And I think the only other thing I wish that this thing did have also was that the belt was a little bit lower towards the lower waist, because it seems like it's way too high to me. And this one looks a little bit nicer because it kind of gives him much more of a, it gives him to me like a much more nicer look to have it lower down on him, because then you can put, of course, the hands on his belt, but it doesn't allow it to do that. It kind of seems kind of odd to have it that high. But either way, this figure is truly an astonishing piece of artwork, really. Now let's take a look at the articulation on this guy. I'm just going to do a quick look at it. If it's anything, it's similar to the face-off Captain America, so the head will move left, then right. It can look down. It doesn't look higher up than that. It's got the armpit joint, which is really nice on both ends. It goes back and forward. It does have the shoulder joint. It goes high up. That's as high as it can go on that side, and then this one goes this high. This came out straight from a brand new packaging. So I assumed whoever had it before me packaged it, or at least put it in a nice safe place. So all these joints are very nice. It's got a bicep swivel, goes all the way around if you needed to. It's got a double jointed elbow, which is great because look at how far that goes, really. I mean, this is really cool. He can almost like pick his nose if he could, But both sides have double jointed elbows. It's got an ab crunch that goes that far forward and not really back. I'm wondering though if it's due to the sculpt or because of this belt. I'm not really sure. It's got a wide jointed hips or legs here. It's got a upper thigh swivel. It's got a double jointed knee, which is great. It's got a boot rotation. It's got a foot can go pretty much all the way down, all the way forward. It's got a toe pivot or a toe articulation, and it's got an ankle pivot, which is great. This figure is truly amazing. The kind of things they just did to us with this figure is astonishing, and I really wish that they would make more of these kind of like art. These kind of figures, because it's just so nice to have him. And this is just truly something great. So here I have Captain America. I'm standing next to the new Marvel Legends 12-inch Spider-Man, and it's in good scale. I mean, Spider-Man is obviously supposed to be shorter, but you can see how bigger of a figure Captain America is. And here is Captain America standing next to the Hot Toys Deadpool, and it's in pretty good scale. I mean, Captain America is still taller than Deadpool, and that's pretty much how it is, and he's just so much bigger. And here he is standing to the BVS Hot Toys Batman, and Batman is actually a bit taller, which I believe he should be because Ben Affleck is a pretty tall guy, and I'm assuming that if Captain America was in reality, his real size would probably be around 6 feet, whereas Ben Affleck, I believe, is taller than 6 feet. But this is just a great scale, and it goes well with all the other 12-inch figures that I have in my collection. So thanks a lot, guys, for joining me and doing this quick review on the Captain America from Marvel Legends Icons. One thing I did forget to mention is that he does also have finger articulation. Every single finger has articulation in this figure. Another thing too, I just wanted to mention, if anybody's seen the how to make spider webbing video that I also have, the spider webbing that I have on the 12-inch figure is the same webbing that I use for those figures, so it works pretty well and it fits on his hands because they also pop out. But other than that, I do want to say thanks guys for checking this video out. Like, subscribe, tell me, give me any, if you have any questions, comments, please post them up and I will respond to them. And thanks a lot and have a good day.